Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Drew and I am here with a new video for you guys today. Yay! So these books behind me are 21 books that I want to try and get to in the year of 2021. I love watching everyone's videos at the very beginning of the year for these type of videos where they go through and talk about the books they're really excited for. I'm also going to do a 2021 most anticipated video starting from the month of February, since January is already almost over. I will be having a January book haul coming. I also will have a January wrap up because I didn't read a lot like I thought I would. These are the books that I've read so far. I really enjoyed some of these and some of these I haven't. I've only read 7 books in the month of January, but we're not here for a January wrap up. We are here to talk about the very long, ambitious list of 21 books that I want to read in the year of 2021. Most of these are sequels, so it'll be really fast for me to talk about. I'll just show you the book and tell you what number of that series it is. I do want to make an honorable mention real quick. I have to go grab it because it's on my beanbag over here. I'm currently reading one of my most anticipated reads of 2020, and that is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I'm currently reading this right now, so I just wanted to mention that on this list. I was trying to find my copy for this before I made this video, but I was like, oh yeah, I'm currently reading it already. So technically, I already have one book off my list. There's just like so many books that I know I forgot that I wanted to add on to this list. According to my bookmark, I am exactly 100 pages into Addie LaRue. I know I just listened to a couple more chapters from where I was at in this book, so who knows what page I'm exactly on. I'll let you guys know down below. But yeah, this is technically like the first book on my list. I'm really enjoying it so far. I won't talk much about this one because this is a very popular YA not YA, it's an adult novel, but feels like a YA book because of how fast I'm flying through it. And if you guys haven't known yet, V.E. Schwab is one of my favorite authors on this channel here, so I will always support V.E. Schwab. She actually has a new book coming out too this year, but that's a middle grade book. But yeah, technically this is book number 1 on my list, but I'm currently reading it right now, so yay me. So yeah, book number 1 is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. And then I'm gonna put that right here since it doesn't fit on my shelf. So let's just jump into this list, shall we? Because this might be a long video, sorry about that. So the first book I have here on my list is The Queen of Vaults by Amanda Foody. This is the 3rd and final book in the Shadow Game trilogy. I binge read book 1 and 2 last year, and I was really shocked of how much I loved this trilogy. I tried reading Ace of Shades multiple times in the year it came out, and in 2019 I think it came out in, and then I just kept hearing amazing things from Emma over at Emma Books, and then I was like, okay, let me pick up the first book, which is Ace of Shades, and then the second one's King of Fool. Oh my gosh, Amanda Foody ripped my heart out in King of Fools. I'm so scared and nervous to read this one. This is, like I said, the 3rd and final in this trilogy. As you can see, I did started this last year when I got my pre-order in, but for some reason I didn't finish it. So this is another, I also want to do a series or a video on my channel of series I want to start and series I want to complete. So let me know which of those videos I mentioned in the beginning and which of these 2 videos that I just mentioned now you want to see next from me down below. But yeah, this will definitely be on that series to complete list. But yeah, I'm real excited for this. I can't talk much about this one since this is the 3rd and final in the trilogy. But if you loved King of Fools and you haven't read the finale yet, definitely pick it up. I need to pick this up, so maybe I'll just do a month of reading the final books in their series. So this is book number 2 technically, but for me it's book number 1 because I'm currently reading Addie LaRue, so I'm not really counting it. This one, I started it, but kind of DNF'd it, but not really DNF'd. But yeah, this is the first book on my official list. Also, can we just say how pretty this purple is? Yes, we love purple. We don't have enough purples on the bookshelf. The next book is a middle grade book. This is actually the third and final book in the trilogy. I couldn't find book 2 for some reason on my TBR shelf, so I grabbed book 3. So technically this is 2 and 1. I need to read book 2 and 3 of the Stormrunner trilogy by J.C. Cavent. This is part of the Rick Riordan Presents imprint. Book 2 is called The Firekeeper, and book 3 is The Shadow Crosser, which I hauled this sometime last year, I hope. I am so excited to see how this trilogy ends. I buddy read the first book with my friend Taylor the year the Stormrunner came out. We didn't know anything about it except when we read off the dust jacket, and we were very interested in it. And of course, it was from Rick Riordan Presents imprint that he has going on right now, which all his books from that company has been really amazing. I loved each and every one of them that I've read, and this is another series that I want to complete in 2021. So yeah, I need to read book 2 and 3. I believe book 2 is also on my 5-star prediction number 2, which I'll leave up above or down below for you guys to check that out. I can't say much about this one except the first book follows our main character named Zane, and he is just having a normal day, coming home from school, and he sees this like plane crashes into the volcano, or like a rock crashes into a volcano near his house, and he finds out there's this one girl, I forgot what her name was, I don't remember her name, but the other main character for this series, they meet in that volcano crash, and so it has Greek mythology inspired. Definitely gives me a lot of Percy Jackson feels, because this is from a male point of view this time. So if you want something to cure your Percy Jackson hangover, definitely check out the Stormrunner trilogy by J.C. Cavent. I read book 1 and absolutely loved it, and I can't wait to read book 2 and 3 sometimes in the year of 2021. The next book that I have here is a contemporary book, and I didn't put a lot of contemporaries on here because I know I can like fly through them like that. But this is the one and only contemporary book that I got for Christmas this past month, and that is Super Fake Love Song by David Yoon. I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm so excited for this book as well. Super Fake Love Song has our main character. It says, when Sunny Day, a self-proclaimed total nerd, meet crisis show or circus show, he can't believe how cool and confident she is. So when Crisis makes Sunny's older brother Gray's bedroom with its electronic guitars and rock posters for Sunny owns, he sort of kind of accidentally winds up telling her he's the front man of a rock band. So it has some music happening in here, obviously, some fake friends to lovers trope, which we love in this household. It's also like super short, and what's also cool about this book in general is I think this might be the only contemporary with a beautiful map in here. Like, I think this might be the only contemporary. And also, if you don't know who David Yoon is, he's the author of Frankly in Love, which I own over here on my yellow shelf. You can't really see it, but I loved Frankly in Love last year, and I was so happy I read it and devoured it, and I have a feeling I'm gonna do just that with Super Fake Love Song. So enemies to lover, or friends to lovers type of trope, I believe. So we love that. And again, it's a contemporary book, which is great because a lot of these are fantasy books or murder mystery books. So yeah. The next 2 books are by the same author. I wanted to show them off at the same time because it's been a long time coming with this series. I reread book 1 and 2 for my Buddy Read Along that I hosted last year, and I feel so bad that I haven't read these last 2 books in the series yet, and that is A Reaper at the Gates by Sabaa Tahir and A Sky Beyond Storm by Sabaa Tahir, book 3 and 4 in the Ember Quartet series. I started to do a Ember Buddy read along with a bunch of my friends who I'll leave down below in the description if I can remember them all, because a lot of people have joined recently. And everyone has completed this series but me, the host. How have I not completed this series? A Sky Beyond Storm came out in December. It was one of my most anticipated reads for the year of 2020. Despite it being coming out in December of last year, I thought I would be managing to get to this, but I am actually planning to make a reading vlog coming next week with these 2 books. And I also should have brought the mug over here because the mug is really cool, but I'll leave the Instagram post down below what the mug looks like. I got an awesome pre-order swag from this book series. If you pre-order A Sky Beyond Storm, which is the 4th installment in this series, you were able to get the trinket box from Sabaa and then you were able to get a mug, which I see it over here off the side over there, and the mug is really cool. And I will again leave my Instagram post for that down below. I didn't got the trinket box yet, but I am just happy to have another mug in my collection. Also, I'll be using that mug in my reading vlog for this. So this book series will get completed in 2021. I'm saying this now, future Drew. Read these series. You know you will love them. What's taking you forever? So this is what? The fourth books on my list. Is really like 4th and 5th book on my list, but I'm combining these because it's my channel and I get to do what I want. If you don't know what the Ember Quartet series is, I don't know where you've been the past like 4, maybe 5 years now, since these books keep coming out later and later. What?
Shoot, my bad. You wanna go run through the rain? It's raining! Oh. Please. I got ready to go outside in the rain.
You know I'm leaving this all in.
Let's go. You come finish later.
No.
Please? It's the one time we'll ever get rain.
No, I hate you.
Adios.
Sorry about that, guys. As you saw, my shirt may or may not be wet. I wore my jacket, but I felt water getting inside the jacket. Anyways, as you saw, it was raining. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear the rain at all since I have my fan on. I didn't even knew it was raining, so of course I wanted to go out in the rain and hang out with my sister. I think we were talking about the Ember Quartet, or we were finished with them, but future Drew, read these 2 books. You know you will love them. Come on. I will be doing a reading vlog for these last 2 books just to experience my feelings on camera. I do have audiobooks for them, so I'm not sure how that would work out as a reading vlog since I love listening to audiobooks a whole lot. So yeah, these are 4, right? 4 and 5 on my top 21 books to read in the year of 2021. And on to the next book. This next book series is one I meant to buddy read with my friend Charlie, who's a co-host for the Queer Read Book Club book club, and I was supposed to buddy read this whole trilogy with them in October this past year, and that is the Nevernight trilogy by Jay Kristoff. This is the first book in the series, obviously. This is also on my 5-star prediction TBR for number 2, I believe. So I was sad that I haven't got to this book yet because it's on a lot of TBRs that I made last year, including my 5-star prediction TBR. Nevernight is a dark, brutal. It says a ruthless young assassin starts a journey for revenge in book 1 with this epic new fantasy trilogy from New York Times bestselling author Jay Kristoff. All I know is that this is like a whole new world named Maya, I don't know how you say it correctly, is barely able to escape her father's failed rebellion with her life, and she's alone and doesn't have any friends, which sounds very sad. and then she finds this assassin school that she loves, or that she's been hearing nothing but good things about, and so she goes and join it, I guess. I don't know. I just been hearing nothing but amazing things about this series. This is one of the few adult books that I have on my list, because I want to also read more adult novels in the year of 2021. I've already started off good with Becoming by Michelle Obama, which I'll talk about in my January wrap-up. I don't know when I'll get to this, but I do own 1 through 3, so if you guys want a reading vlog with just the Nevernight trilogy, let me know down below. And yeah, I'm super excited to read this. Hopefully I'll get around to it sometime in 2021. All I know is, as you can tell so far, I picked either very popular new releases or not so popular new releases. So let's continue on to the next couple of books. The next book I have is one that is a new book that I will be showing off in my January book haul. It's actually a very popular release. The trilogy got completed in November last year, and that is The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. This is the first book in another new trilogy. Like I said, this trilogy got completed back in November. I kind of started this in January just to see how I would feel from the first 2 chapters. So I'm already on chapter 3 of this book. So maybe if I want to take a break from Addie LaRue, I can pick this one up and just binge read the heck out of it. This book right here, The Poppy War, is a very popular. It's been on everyone's favorite list of last year, and I am so excited to start another new series. Like I said, I love the first 2 chapters. It says peasant, student, soldier, goddess. When war orphan Ren aced the Keiju, sorry if I mispronounced that, the empire-wide test to find the most talented youth to learn at the academies. She surprises everyone, test officials, the guardians who want to marry her off and further their criminal entourage, and even herself. This sounds really amazing. It sounds super epic, and definitely a high fantasy trilogy that I've been wanting to read for a couple of years now. I did got the paperback edition just because the hardcover was sold out on Amazon, and also when it came back in stock, it was like $30, and I wasn't willing to spend $30 on a hardcover. Plus, I wasn't sure how I was gonna love this book in the first place. But since I read it this month, or read the first 3 chapters of this book this month, I know I will love that. Wow, that was a huge voice crack. But yeah, this is the next book on my list, and it's a very popular adult fantasy trilogy. It's completed. I can binge read it now, and I'm just super excited to do so. So on to the next book on my list. The next book on my list is one that was on my January TBR, so if you saw that video, it is The Ballad of Songbird and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. This is a prequel to the Hunger Games trilogy, which I actually just got a whole new set of. One of my good friends, Sakaya, on Instagram was unhauling her Hunger Games paperback editions. So I also could get those from her just because I love the Hunger Games. And so I showed these off in my Owl Crate unboxing, which this video will be up before the unboxing. But yeah, I'm so excited to get back into this world. I did started this last year in 2020. So I was happy that I started it, but for some reason I didn't finish it. I got, let's see how far it was. I got 135 pages into it. So maybe I'll pick it up and restart it because it's been a while. I got this book back in May of last year and picked it up immediately. But for some reason I didn't finish it in May. But that's okay. I'm hoping to pick this up sometime in the year of 2021. And again, I'm excited for this. And this is set 10 years before the actual Hunger Games that we see and know and love. And this is from President Snow point of view as well. So it's a villain story, which I love reading from villains. And that's all I know about it. And that's all I really want to know. I've also been hearing mixed reviews about this book in general. So we'll see how I feel about it. The next book, or books in general, this is not really like a 21 books list because there's like 2 of the same books from the same author, 2 of the same books from the same author as well. But this author, I just want to catch up on her, and that is Miss Cassandra Clare. I love reading Cassie Clare books. They are so amazing. I fly through them. They're easy to pick up and read in a couple of days, maybe even a week sometimes. I am currently reading Ghost of the Shadow Market, which is why I picked this book up. I'm buddy reading this with my friend Taylor this month. I actually got pretty far into it, as you can tell. I got a couple stories in. This is a short story collection of the Shadowhunter market, of course, and there's 10 short stories in here. I read 8 of these already, but I didn't read number 9 and number 10 yet, but I'm so excited. I still need to read Chain of Gold. I still need to read The Red Scroll of Magic and The Lost Book of the White. So that's why I said books before I started talking about Cassie. So really, I just want to get caught up on all the new Cassie Clare books that came out. So like I said, I need Chain of Gold, Red Scroll of Magic, and Lost Book of the White, and then also, of course, Chain of Iron when that comes out in March. So got a lot of catching up to do in the next couple of months before we read Chain of Iron, which is okay because Chain of Iron is our April pick for Queer Reads Book Club, I believe. I'll leave the correct month down below. But yeah, super excited. I love Cassandra Clare. I fly through these. I definitely need to get caught up soon. So hopefully I'll finish this sometimes in the next week or so. But yeah, if you don't know what the Shadowhunter series is, I don't know where you've been for like a decade, because Cassandra Clare has been popping out books left and right. The next book is a new release that just came out this month. It's a Star Wars novel, and that is Star Wars The High Republic, Book 1, Light of the Jedi by Charles Soule, or Soule. This is the first book in a new series, which I just mentioned. I haven't hauled this one yet on my channel, so this is the first time you are seeing this. I'm so excited for this. Like, I know I said that throughout this whole video, but this is supposed to be set before the Skywalker series, so all these amazing, cool looking Jedis on these covers are brand new characters that we haven't met before, and so I believe this is going to be like 5 books out for the series or something like that. I know Claudia Gray has a book coming out in this series, which I pre-order already. But it says, for over 1,000 generations, the Jedi Knights were the guardians of the peace and justice. So yeah, so excited for this. I will be talking more about this in my January book haul, but this is supposed to set long before it says long before the First Order, before the Empire, before the Clone Wars. Jedi light the way for the galaxy in the High Republic. So we don't know anything about these new characters, and I'm really excited to basically, I'm going into this book very blind because I don't know who we're gonna meet, who we're gonna see, and all that fun stuff. I am hoping this will be a fun sci-fi adventure novel that Star Wars is known for, and excited to dive into a whole new world. The next book I am hoping to read before the end of the year, because this is a book club pick for November for the Queer Reads Book Club. We're reading the sequel to this in November, and that is House of Earth and Blood, or also known as Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. This is the first book in her adult novel. I did started this this book last year, but again, never finished it for some reason. I'm on chapter 6, page 70. Again, whenever I get around to this, I will restart it and hopefully love it, because I'm hoping to read book 2 at the very end of the year. Book 2 is supposed to be scheduled for November of this year, so that's why we wanted to read it in the month of November. So yeah, I don't really know much about this, except there's a lot of hype around it, and it was a new release that I didn't pre-order last year, but I did went to Barnes & Noble and I bought this at Barnes & Noble. So yeah, I still don't know why I haven't read this book yet, but this is definitely the next book on this list that I'm excited for. The next book I have is an Owl Crate book that came out in August last year, and that is Where Dreams Descend by Janella Angel or Angels. I don't know how to say the author's last name properly. I'm sorry about that. I was actually supposed to read this one this month as well for the buzzword read along, because the word was dreams, and of course there's dreams right in the title. I was so sad that I didn't get around to this book this month. I might put this on my February TBR. I haven't made a TBR for February yet, but I hear if you love the Caraval trilogy, you will definitely love this. Or if you love the Night Circus, you will love this as well. I only read the Caraval trilogy and I love that trilogy. So super excited for this one as well. And book 2 in this duology comes out in June or August of this year. So if it comes out in June, that would be cool because that's my birthday month. But yeah, I definitely want to read this one before the sequel comes out, and I just hear nothing but amazing things about this debut novel. Also, this stunning edition with no dust jacket on it is from Owlcrate, and we love that. So thank you so much, Owlcrate, for giving me a copy. The next book I have will be a really shocking book for you guys, I think. I read this in like middle school, but I don't remember anything about this book. So when I saw it on the Book of the Month website, I was like, okay, the sequel to this is out now and I can finally binge read this duology. And that is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. Like I said, tried to read this back in middle school, but I barely remember a thing about it. And so I am just looking forward to experiencing this book all over again. So technically this would be a reread for me, but I don't remember what happened in here at all. I don't even remember the character's name. All I know is the year, it's 2024, and the real world is an ugly place. That's what it says on the dust jacket. And again, this is the Book of the Month edition, and I haven't hauled this one yet either, so this would be my January book haul. So you guys are getting like tons of sneak peek in this video. We love that. I don't know if this is an adult novel or if it's YA. If you guys can let me know down below, I will love that, because if it is an adult novel, this is the next adult novel on our list. Switching from adult to YA, we have a mystery thriller YA novel that everyone has been talking about lately, and I've been hearing nothing but amazing things about this one as well. And I actually got this from Target. My Target sticker is still on here, and that is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. I believe book 2 is out, or it's coming out. I'm not sure how many books are going to be in this series. I think it's going to be more than a trilogy though, so that would be really awesome. I don't know much about this. I just know it has something to do with someone murdering their boyfriend or someone dying from a drowning accident or something. I'm not sure exactly. I love to keep my YA mystery books blind, because that's how I like completely fall in love with them. Like, I didn't know anything about The Cousins last year when it came out in December, and I read it in December and I loved it. I flew through this book, so if it's anything like The Cousin, I will totally love this. But I think A Good Girl Guide to Murder is getting compared more to One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. So we'll see what this one is all about, and I'm going to move on to the next book on this list. The next book on this list is an Owlcrate edition, and that is Star the Daughter by this author. I won't be saying the author's name because I know I will butcher it. Look at these gorgeous purple edges. Purple. This is a sci-fi novel set in space, obviously. This is also the author's debut novel. It's a fairy tale that the author always wanted, a blend of Stardust and Born Confused, a lush lyrical story about a brown girl like her that features lots of the delicious Hindu mythology. So, own voices for that culture, and I'm so excited to read this. I hear nothing but amazing things about this book, and that's all I really need to know about it. And I got this in my Owlcrate box last year, so as you can see, I definitely need to get around to my Owlcrate books. The next book I also got this month in January, and that is Stay With Me by Jessica Consolo. This is the second book in the contemporary series that she has. I did starting this one in January, but but I definitely want to save this because this is a buddy read that I'm hoping to do with my friend Taylor. And yeah, that's all I want to say for this. This is the sequel / follow-up novel to She's With Me, which I have right here. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about this contemporary series at all, but my friend Taylor actually helped edit the first book of the series, so that was really cool to see that on the shelf. She edited this whole book with Jessica Consolo, and so now she has book 2 out, and then hopefully book 3 will come out in 2021 maybe, so I can binge read book 2 and 3. But I'm definitely saving book 2 because I buddy read book 1 with my friend Taylor last year and was completely blown away by it. I wasn't sure how I would feel about this book at all, even though it's like right up my alley because I love reading contemporary books. But when I read it at the bookstore, I wasn't really into it, but then once I started reading it, I could not put it down. It's such a fast-paced read, and yeah, I'm just so happy I discovered a new author last year. So yeah, this is the sequel to the first book, and I'm gonna move on to the next book on this list. The next book on this list is another book that will be in my January book haul. This is a new release that came out on January 5th. It's also by a favorite author of mine, and that is Concrete Rose by Angie Thomas. This is the prequel novel to The Hate U Give, following Maverick as we follow him as he's growing up as a young teenager in the hood, and we follow his story and how he's part of like the gang members, and we learn about that a little bit more in this book. And we basically follow Maverick as he's growing up until he finds out that his girlfriend, which is known as his wife in The Hate U Give, has a kid, and he just has to get away from the gangs and try and raise his son in a not so great neighborhood. So if you know anything about The Hate U Give, you know that this book will be beloved from the community, and this cover is just amazing. I love red. Give me anything with a red cover on it. But yeah, super excited to read this. Very diverse, as you can see, and I will be hauling this and talking more about this in my January book haul. The next 2 books I'm going to show off at the same time because they're adult mystery thrillers that I have from the book of the month. And the first one is The Night Swim by Megan Golding, and then we have The Guest List by Lucy Foyle. These 2 books I got from book of the month last year. I was really excited for these. The Guest List is actually on my 5-star prediction TBR, I believe, so hopefully I'll get around to this. But these 2 have very like similar concept. This one right here has a murder, they're both a murder mystery aspect obviously, but this one right here, The Night Swim, has a podcasting element in it, which I really love, and I don't think I read enough podcast books last year, so I'm really interested to see this. There's a huge court case about this book too, which I've been into like NCIS and Law and Order lately, so and then The Guest List has a murder mystery that happens at a wedding. So that's all I know about these 2 books. There's huge trigger warnings for these books as well, which I'll leave down below. But yeah, these are both new releases that came out in 2020 last year, and I meant to read these in 2020, but I didn't. So hopefully 2021 will be the year that I read more adult mystery thrillers, because I read quite a few last year, but not enough, and I want to dive into this genre more. The next book I have is the second to final book on this list, and that is The Tower of Nero by Rick Riordan. This is the 5th book in the Trial of Apollo series. I am scared to read this. I was saving this for my friend Taylor because I thought she would be buddy reading this with me, but Taylor actually already read this and she cried in it, so I am kind of nervous for that now. I am not much of a crier, but if she cried in it, I most likely will. I won't be discussing much about this one, except this is the 5th and final book in the Percy Jackson universe, in the Trials of Apollo series, and I just love each and every book in this series, and I can't wait to see what the series has in store and how it will wrap up, because it's crazy that this is the final book from Mr. Rick Riordan. So we'll see how I feel about this one. I am excited, nervous. I have all the feels with this, and I might cry too, just because this is the final Rick Riordan book. So yeah. And then the last book on this list that I want to read in the year of 2021 is also a new book that I just got today, and that is Lore by Alexandra Bracken. This is the Owl Crate exclusive edition. As you saw, the author letter just fell out. This is a Greek mythology inspired story. I don't know much about this except the back says, "You may deny the fates, but they will not deny you. Fighting them will not save you from what is ahead." So it sounds really amazing. This was one of my most anticipated reads for the year of 2021, and it came in my Owl Crate box, which I was really happy about. So thank you, Owl Crate, for putting this book in the box, and also thank you. So now I can take this book off my Amazon wish list after this video. This has been on my Amazon wish list since the cover was announced, and the letter does not want to stay in the book. And so yeah, I'm so excited. Greek mythology inspired. Medusa is on the cover, so don't stare into her eyes. And this cover is just like gorgeous. We love it. So yeah, there you have it, folks. That is 21 books that I want to read in the year of 2021. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you read any of these books this past year and loved them, let me know down below. If any of these books piques your interest, let me know down below too. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll chat with you guys down in the comments below. While you're down in the comments, make sure you hit that like button. Give me a big thumbs up, as it will help me out a whole lot. And I will make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn your notification on, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.